especially maybe because it's getting tense now. Fantasy football, we're getting close to playoffs, and I'm not moving up. I can't believe I'm in last place still.
My name's Frank. Very disappointed Steelers fan as usual.
James, aka Playmakers, of course.
Man, we're talking about fantasy football week 11. It's still a weird time to be a football fan. A lot of good things happening for certain people, certain players coming out, certain things happening. Let's go. Talk with our MVP and the dogs first this week.
Yep. So let's start out with the MVP, who is
obviously you only have to look. Jonathan Taylor. Look at those numbers. Holy shit!
5 TDs.
Let me pull that up.
Somebody need to be like, all right, it's time to take out JT's legs. You know what I'm saying?
185 yards, 5 TDs. How many receptions was that?
I don't know.
How many touches? Let me see that.
And then, of course, the team that had Jonathan Taylor, Osable Moose, scoring 50.4 points.
On that alone.
That's almost a whole
That's
team.
one-man army.
Yeah, that's almost a whole team score.
So, also,
because remember, somebody scored 60 points. So he could have beat that team with 2 players.
This one-man army alone against the Buffalo Bills. And,
oh, that's right. That's the worst part.
We'll talk about that and let's talk sports later.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the dog, though.
The dog this week is, of course, it's a quarterback like usual.
Dak Prescott.
So
I bet on the Cowboys. Every time I bet on the Cowboys, it's not go good for them. Putting those crappy numbers up there. I'm very disappointed. I believe in y'all.
Yeah, well, how much did Dak Prescott actually score?
Man, what? 216 yards, 2 interceptions, 2.6 garbage.
Oh my gosh.
Man,
2.6.
Even with, and I hate to say this for swine riders, your other quarterback with Mike Tannehill. Like, you want one quarterback at least scoring at least 15. You even break 15 with both of them.
Yeah, he's gonna. Well, swine riders pretty much. There's just no way he's making the playoffs with his team record and stuff, and so I don't know what he's going to do with those quarterbacks. I mean, Dak Prescott just had a bad game. He's usually pretty reliable, but not these past couple. All right, so that's it for the MVP and the dog, and I guess let's get to this week's matchup.
This week's matchups.
So week 1 or game 1. Of course, is Playmakers versus the Bunnies. Playmakers 121.8, Bunnies 98.3.
Man,
thanks for the win, Bunnies.
Don't be rude. It's not their fault the Bills defense got negative.
Oh, that's right. -7 points.
Let's just talk about weird pieces. Deontay Johnson, of course, being consistent. Christian McCaffrey looking like, nothing happening this season. Over 17 points. Aaron Rodgers killing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Christian McCaffrey's doing it with Cam Newton. Cam Newton might be the best thing that happened to Christian McCaffrey.
They're both running the ball together. Backfield, front field, all that stuff. Awesome. Pieces for the Playmakers that are doing it besides them.
Mine's just like almost a whole team effort. Look at my receivers. Deontay Johnson, that guy's money.
If Freeman didn't have so many drop balls, he'd be able to get you more points. But
yeah,
looking on the other side, we're looking at running backs. We got Adrian Peterson for Tennessee. Taking the loss of Houston. Taylor Heineke having a week, but not Joe Burrow. Looks not.
Or Chase. I mean, Chase had 10 points, but yeah, that combo. It's kind of like the Matthew Stafford Cup combo. They're not.
It's there, but it's not there. Right?
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there.
But they still pulled out the win against the Vegas Raiders. That's so weird to say still.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Playmakers taking the win. We're moving on to the next matchup. Man. Okay, so this matchup between Swine Riders losing to Osable Moose, 79.8, 125.2. We're looking at the best pieces and the worst pieces. For Swine Riders, we're just talking about the quarterback problem between Tannehill and Dak Prescott. Now you're breaking at least 15 between the two. Whoa. James Conner's still looking great. I like him. Gallup not getting as much. It's just that defense. That Kansas State defense was taking over Dak Prescott and Gallup.
That's the most weirdest statement.
I know. I don't know. And here I was thinking it was going to be Dallas' defense coming in. We were talking about Trevon Diggs.
Over here, they have been hyping up the Cowboys, so I wasn't surprised they lost, to be honest with you.
But we're looking at Osable Moose's one-man army with Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, he owes this win to Jonathan Taylor because the rest of his team, Ugh.
Even if he had an okay game. Even if Jonathan Taylor had an okay game. Yeah, but the rest of the team.
Well, but except for Justin Jefferson, and what record did he say he broke this?
First 2 seasons tying Randy Moss with 11 games over 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
And Randy Moss on their first 2 seasons at the Vikings. I think this might just be a team record. That's still pretty cool.
Yeah, that's still pretty cool.
Chasing the GOAT.
And he got almost 30 points from his wide receiver. That's monstrous too.
But yeah, all these other pieces, nothing worth talking about. Possible moves have the 2 best players to talk about this week. 80 points alone on those 2. Wow.
That's crazy. 80 points. He beat Swine Riders with 2 players.
Wow. Put that total up there with the 2 players. Have a freaking day.
Woo, that's a pretty good win right there.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next matchup.
Next matchup.
All right, we got the Bounty Hunters versus Mike's Mafia, 114 to 113.7. I don't know why I couldn't read that
That's
number.
a 0.4 loss, a 0.4 win.
That's why, because it was so close. And I was like, what is going on? Yeah.
Here, let's look at the pieces. Patrick Mahomes not even putting up over 10 points. I don't know what's going on with
Still
that.
better than old Matt Ryan's, though.
Yeah, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's done.
But they did both lose to Trevor Lawrence. He's the better quarterback.
And then Kirk, you know, there's a quarterback situation when the best of these 4 is Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins.
I don't understand. I do not understand.
Kirk Cousins prime time when it's not prime time. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. That's a fact. That's that. And then we're looking at Eckler. 4 touchdowns, 50 yards.
I wonder if Eckler knew about Jonathan Taylor. He's like, I've got to get one more in to tie this. But that's still amazing. 4 touchdowns. Eckler has been having a great season this year.
Heck yeah, man. He's a great running back. Nobody talked about it as much as they should.
No, they didn't. They should have hyped him up more. I would have drafted him.
But we're looking at Devontae Adams. He's looking great. He's like the best piece out there in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
That's his best. That's his favorite one. Other than that, nothing too crazy.
Well, that defense, though, that New England defense.
Yeah, that's the last thing we were talking about. That Patriots defense just taking over Atlanta, not even letting them score.
Oh, my, 22 points for your defense.
Just shutting down Atlanta gets you that much. That's pretty impressive, y'all.
Well, because of the 4 interceptions and the TD.
We'll take it.
He had a pick 6,
the
too.
Patriots go anywhere in the playoffs, it's because of that defense. We're not saying it because of Mac Jones, but he looks pretty decent, too.
Yeah, and Mac Jones is improving. So if he gets better and the defense stays good.
The second coming of the Patriots.
Wouldn't it be crazy if it's the Patriots versus the Bucks?
Everybody wants that.
I do.
You do?
I just want to see it once.
Secretly, I do. You know?
I mean, I really want the Bills. I want the Bills versus the Bucks.
I want the Bills.
But if
the Bills.
But if the Bills ain't gonna be there, I don't want to see the Chiefs. I definitely don't want to see the Browns or the Bengals.
I don't want to see this in
Yeah, the Steelers.
Unless we win.
That's the last thing we need is old slow-mo Big Ben.
Get out of here.
All right, let's go.
Let's go on to the next matchup. Next matchup between Big Green Meetings taking the loss to the Postal Pigeons. We're looking at the pieces right here. 105.2 losing to 107.4.
Another close game.
Man, look at this. We're getting Simeon from New Orleans taking 24 points. Putting up the stats.
He would have had more if he didn't have those interceptions. 4 touchdowns.
Against Philly, but still.
And I think one of them was a rushing touchdown, wasn't it?
Yeah. Philly won that game, though, right?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts at the game.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts had a crazy game.
Tyrod Taylor's still looking decent, putting up over 15 points. I think that's their QB1 over there in Houston now.
Yeah, and he was supposed to be, but he was injured. And he's playing a little better.
He's getting a break.
Mm-hmm.
Other pieces, Joe Mixon putting up over 20 points on his own.
They're going to run Joe Mixon to death.
That dude. Yeah, of the pass game's not working, Joe Mixon's, going to be worn out.
I think he had over 30 carries this game.
Even when the G Herd get taken out early, Postal Pigeons still gets the win, only 11.9 with him.
Yep.
Other pieces that broke out for him besides Jalen Hurts we're talking about?
Mike Evans, I guess. That's who got him that win on Monday night.
You look at all those other pieces like Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and like Rob Gronkowski, they're all spread out point-wise.
Yeah.
Rob Gronkowski, he's got more.
Yeah,
He's his favorite target right now for Tom Brady.
Yeah, and I remember I got him on the bench. I was just waiting for him to come back.
And didn't even think about it.
But yeah, that's it. Pigeons got that pulled out the win. I was hoping they would lose. Doggone it. Let's go to the next match. Got Armas Army versus Nothing is Sacred, 90.3 to 102.8.
Justin Herbert looking like the awesome quarterback we've been hyping up this season. He's growing and growing.
No, I haven't been hyping him up.
I like him.
I like him, but he ain't the next Michael Vick like they're trying to say.
I don't think it's
Lamar Jackson or anything like. He had a wide open run. You could have ran 30 yards. In that
You
run.
just gotta think about it. Josh Allen still putting up over 15 points in the loss.
Oh man, I don't know what the Bills are gonna. What's wrong with their offense? I think it's a running game. They don't have a good running back.
Let's talk about Russell Wilson.
Oh yeah, he's back too early.
He's back too early.
Russell Wilson, he's kind of stubborn. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he listens to coaches or doctors. And he's like, I know how my body feels. I can do what. And he throws out stinkers like this.
You're right. Because Russell Wilson doing horrible, that messes up your DK Metcalf combo. It kind of stinks when you have your quarterback not doing good because it really throws off the other piece on your team.
Yeah, especially when you got that combo piece. But should Devontae Swift, he played pretty good, much better than I thought he was going to play.
Man, we're just looking at.
And then Mooney's best thing to happen to him.
Yeah,
Andy Dalton, because Justin Fields, he needs some work.
He does. He's still young.
I'm not gonna say he's bad, but he just needs some work.
Like he still does. He can still be something in a couple of years. It's just, man, he's just so young and you can read him so easy.
They shouldn't have. I don't think they should have started him this year. They should have just let Andy Dalton do it.
Anyway, both teams have breakout pieces. We're talking about Mooney. We're talking about Herbert. We're talking about Deontay Swift. But the one getting wins, Nothing is Sacred, and that's what's happening.
So that's it in the matchup. Let's talk real quick standings. So we got two divisions. We got the red handle division, and we got the silver spade division. I'm in the red division.
In the last place. Got Bounty Hunters time with possible moves.
Nothing is Sacred is slowly moved up to tied for first place. Look at our league. Look at our division compared to the other division.
So it's just two teams behind one game behind the rest of the division.
You know, our division is so tight, and we still got 4 games left. So any one of us. But usually the way this is going, because of these records, I'm thinking it's going to be 3 people from our division and 1 person from their division.
Looking like the AFC up in here.
But I mean, I'm hoping I can get in there, but I'm not going to get in there if Pigeons keeps winning. But now that the Army, if you kind of scroll over, you can see their win and losing streak. Army and Meanies both have been losing. Army lost 3 in a row. Meanies lost 2 in a row. Those guys had a commanding first number 1, 2, and now they're letting the rest of us creep in there. I'm hoping that I still got a chance. I still feel like I got a chance.
How many weeks we got left?
We got 4 more weeks in the regular season.
All right, make it count.
And then over here, the Silver Spade is kind of a battle between Hunter and Moose. But Hunter and Moose still need to win to get in, for both of them to get in. If somebody starts losing, you know, they're only 1 game above us. So it's always the division winner gets in, and then it's the next 2 top teams. And we're so close. Everybody's 7-4 and 6-5, except for Mafia, Riders, and Bunnies.
Well, we'll see what happens. We still got 4 weeks. Watch these play out.
It's going to be a tough 4 weeks.